Hi. So I wanted to talk about higher order functions tonight. Higher order functions are essentially just functions that can take another function or multiple functions as a value or a parameter. So typically with functions, you can usually pass in a value or a reference to a value. But in some of the more modern languages like JavaScript, you can do this in C# as well. You can actually, in C#, you can pass in what's called a lambda, where you can pass in functionality into a function. And that's really handy because that makes your functions a lot more composable when you do that. So this is an example here. I want to give you a quick example of what that looks like in this JavaScript file. So let's take a look. All right, so if we take a look at this example right here, you can see that we have an array of persons. And in the person, we have a property for the name, and we also have a property for the age of the person. And then down here, what I've done is I've created a new array. And in that new array, I just left it empty. And then what I'm doing is I'm looping through or iterating through each one of the different items in the person. And then if that person's age is greater than or equal to 18, then I just add them to this new array and console log that out. So that's certainly one way of doing this. This is the conventional way of doing it, but there's a much easier way of doing this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and say adult persons is equal to persons. And now I'm going to use the filter method. And the filter method takes essentially another function. And so basically what I can do is I can pass the behavior I want into this filter method. So the easiest way of doing this is just to use an arrow function. So one way of doing that is like this. I can just say item, and then what I can do is I say arrow, and then I can say item dot age is greater than or equal to 18. And now I've gotten the same result, but I've done it on one line instead of having it on 4 lines. So something else that's also nice about this is that maybe I just want to get all the names of the persons. So another way of doing this is I could say map. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to remove this, and I'm just going to say map, or not map, map. And we're going to see for each item in that array, what I'm going to do is pass another arrow function. And in this case, I just want the name. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to say item.name, and now I get all the names of the people that are in that original array. So another way we can also write these, for instance, instead of passing an arrow function, I can use an actual function. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to say function, and I'll call this age filter. And this filter expects a person. And then what we'll do is we'll say any place where return person dot age greater than or equal to 18. And now I can do is I can take this age filter and come over here, and in the filter I can say filter and then pass on age filter. And now you can see I get the same results as I did before. So that's a quick example of how you can use higher order functions, filter, map, reduce. These are all built-in methods that are available to the array object inside of JavaScript. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't, you can give it a thumbs down, but give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more content like this. Thanks. Have a nice evening.